I am Dr. John Lundgren. I'm an entomologist. I study insects, but also agroecologist. I run the company called Ecdysis Foundation, which is a research company, as well as Blue Dasher Farm. So I'm a farmer and a beekeeper. We think about insects and we think about biodiversity a little bit differently than a lot of other pest management groups do. We think of life as a tool that we can be using for managing those pests that ail us, I guess. And we take the idea that pests are a symptom, they are not the problem. And so if you see a pest in your field, that's sort of saying that there's something that you're doing that's screwing up that system. And until you fix that underlying problem, you're going to continue to have to buy jugs of whatever it is that you need to buy in order to control that problem. So we take a little bit broader view of it, and we found that farmers that replace insecticides or pesticide use with biodiversity, life, plants, animals, these sorts of things, practicing regenerative agriculture, they just don't have these input costs anymore. They don't need to buy all of these other inputs. And so they're more profitable, more resilient farming operations. And so I practiced traditional entomology, which was very reactive, right? You wait until pests become, more and more abundant. You watch them, you count them, and then suddenly you act, right? You attack those pests, right? You buy that jug and you spray it out there. And then I met farmers that were really changing that. They didn't have pests. They never used insecticides, but they didn't have pests. And what they had done is they had replaced their pesticide use with plants and diversity in their system. And when they did that, and healing the soil, when they did that, they found that the pests were not an issue anymore. That the system was just so resilient to those insect outbreaks that they didn't need it. So it forced me to really question the fundamentals of what it is that I'd been taught for all of these years within my own life, and I redirected my career to trying to help those innovative farmers keep pushing things forward. So right now on planet Earth, we're experiencing one of the worst mass extinction events that the planet has ever faced. We are losing species at a rate that Earth has never seen before. This is worse than the dinosaurs. The bees are a symptom of that. They're an icon of this problem, this massive species loss that we're experiencing. If you want to save the bees, you have to heal the soil. It starts there, and that's not an easy thing to sell because it's an abstract idea, right? But that's where it all begins. We can solve biodiversity loss. We can solve these planetary scale problems using our food production system if we change how we manage that, right? If we start thinking about the soil first and conserving our natural resource base rather than mining it and not leaving anything behind.